What up, guys? Earl here from Fanboy SEO, and today we're doing an episode. Let's talk about The Last of Us episode 3, which just came out. And sorry, it's a little late that I was able to do a review, pero here we are. And now that just line up my thoughts on the episode. So far, this is a different episode from what we had previously. Kasi we take away the whole story from Joel and from Bella Ramsey's Ellie, and we move it to Nick Offerman and Murray Abrams characters, which are Bill and Frank. And this entire episode just details the love story between the two. How Bill was an introvert who's fixated on this conspiracy theory, and how he's living in survivalist prepper style lifestyle until he meets Frank, and that's how they get together, how they fall in love. Uh, for me, I think it was a good episode. It was touching. It was a really, really good episode for me. Uh, this is controversial because if you play the game, you'll know for a fact that Frank and Bill were really just side characters. Bill was a 2D flat character, but for this episode, they were able to really flesh out and give deeper meaning to Frank, to Bill, and even to some extent to Joel and Ellie's characters. I find it fun also that Joel is starting to, like, lighten up. He's using throwback jokes already to Ellie. He's giving dad jokes already. So it's kind of starting to lighten up the mood, so to speak. But there's still a little bit of tension that we get to book that kind of gets stopped. It's kind of get discussed, showed, but later on, uh, we're starting to see a real development between the two characters, the main leads. But again, the story really revolves around Bill, and I find it interesting. I find it unique how they were able to connect the main story, which is Joel and Ellie's, with Bill and Frank's, and it's interesting for me also that they were able to make necessary changes. Those changes were good actually, because in the game Frank's dead and Bill is just they just the life Frank's life just ends tragically, and he just still hates Bill. This time, however, it's very different. It's from tragic romantic kind of thing. But it's still good. It really you know really hurts the heart. It really touches the heart how they ended things the way they did in episode 3. Also, we had a nice what do you call this? There's a nice segment there in the episode where Ellie is starting to really grow onto her own. She's starting to explore. She's not afraid of the infected. She's just actually just she's just playing around with the infected in one segment, and it just shows how brave and courageous she is. And then at the same time, there's moments where she's still a kid, which Bella Ramsey really, really nails, hands down, really good. Also, I found the opening is really sad. It's touching. It's sad, and actually, I did know, because we don't have it here. But what Joel was doing with the stones is actually called a cairn, and they were doing it as a markings for graves and for travelers. So that's an interesting thing that they were doing in the game, or in the series. Ayun, so natuwa din ako dun sa part kay Nick Offerman wherein when na-clear yung lugar and he was all alone, tapos parang nagbi-build na siya nung defenses niya. I parang natuwa ako watching him do his thing, and it was fun because it was like Ron Swanson all over again, minus Parks and Recreation and more zombies. So it was a fun thing to see. Syempre, yung love story nila, and as the years go by and nakikita mo yung nangyayari sa kanila ni Frank, parang really breaks your heart na parang they found each other in the heart of the apocalypse, end of the world scenario, pero they found love, they're happy, they chose to end it na the way they wanted to end it. romantically and medyo, tragically, pero still good. And yung reverberations nung effect na yon, nung love nila for each other, uh, that those sentiments were also the things that parang gusto niyang i-impart kay Joel. Hindi lang sila nakita, but the message was very clear na he has to protect the people he love. And it's also established in this episode that Joel really is a protector type of character. So which is nice. We did kind of have a wanted to get a validation for this, and we get this in this episode. So that's pretty cool. Also, I also loved the whole thing with the shower and getting all those additional things that really make it look like the actual game. So Joel gets the green shirt, and then Ellie gets her pine maroon or pink shirt. That's what she's wearing throughout or most of the game anyway. So that's that. She gets the gun, which is really which came from Frank's drawer, I think. So that's nice. It's a neat. I don't know if it's going to matter because that whole thing with Ellie getting a gun from Joel is an important thing in the story. Pero let's see how that will revolve in the or the upcoming episodes. But as it is, it's really good. Uh, calling out those guys who hate the gay the queer thing about the episode. I mean, guys, it's 2020, 2023 already. Uh, there's a lot of things that changed, and you know, you dissing the show just because you got the whole thing about the LGBTQ thing. It's kind of getting old, to be honest. I mean, this is different now. We live in a different time, and just have to accept that there are people who like other guys. And, as long as they're not hurting you, shouldn't do anything. Shouldn't and stop with the whole agenda. There's this agenda that they're trying to, or at least some of the YouTube reviews that I've watched, they're saying that there's an agenda. Uh, Hollywood is ruining this and that, but honestly, it's just a story. I mean, even in old times, the Greeks, the Athenians, there's this thing, okay? And even if we come closer to the end of the world, there's still that thing, the guys loving other guys. It's perfectly normal. Uh, Again, controversy aside, I don't know. I don't know about the other guys, but I mean, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the show. That this episode, it gave more depth to the characters. It gave more. It gave us more character game centric looks for the characters, and yeah, I enjoyed it again. So hands down, if I was going to rank the episodes now, I'd still go with 1, 3, and 2. Uh, yeah, because three is a really powerful message of love and understanding and care. So again, guys, this is just my opinion for my review. If you have your own, and feel free to leave a comment on the page, on the site, and the video. And while you're at it, I would really, really love it to have a subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and hit the like button as well. And I'll be doing more contents in the coming days. So in the meantime, thank you for watching, guys, and I hope to see you soon. And take care of yourselves out there, okay? Bye, guys.